Well, I was recently south of the border and I saw something that I wasn't sure I had seen before, but I had. Let's go traveling.
Traveling with Dan is presented by South Country Co-op.
When I was in Salt Lake City back in August of 2023, this is what I saw as I got in my car in the morning. It was dark when I pulled into the parking spot at night, and I wasn't really looking around, but in the morning as I was leaving to head to Vegas, this is what I saw. And I knew I had seen it before, but where? Then it started to hit me. Could it be? Could it be the stage that U2 used for their 360 Degrees World Tour? A show I saw in July of 2011 at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Could it be? That U2 show was amazing. 3 hours of their greatest hits on a fantastic stage that brought them out into the audience, saw them playing from different locations and levels. That stage was huge. So if it is the stage, how did it end up in Salt Lake City? Turns out it is the stage from the U2 tour. There were actually 3 of these stages built for the 360 Degrees tour, and they had various nicknames. The 2 most common were the Space Station, which is what Bono called it, and the Claw, which is what everybody else called it. U2 always hoped that the stage topper would become a community gathering space after the tour ended, and the founder and CEO of the Salt Lake City's Loveland Living Planet Aquarium, Brent Anderson, absolutely made that happen. The Loveland Living Planet Aquarium is a public aquarium located just outside of Salt Lake City in Draper, Utah. It currently houses 4,500 animals representing 550 species, and it consists of 5 main exhibits. Anderson and aquarium staff coordinated with Live Nation, which owned the Claw, and several other groups who had a stake in the tour. They worked through the possibilities of bringing one of the stages to the aquarium. Now, since the stages are far sturdier than people might realize, the structural modifications needed for one to become a permanent structure would be pretty minimal. The Claw was the biggest concert stage ever built when U2 took it on tour, and it has since become the largest repurposed stage structure ever. It took 30 truckloads to move the pieces to Utah, and the process took about a year to complete. The results are more than a conversation starter, more than just something U2 fans can make a pilgrimage to go and see. By recycling the 16-story U2 venue, the aquarium has created the Ecosystem Exploration Craft and Observatory. As a permanent part of the aquarium, it provides new opportunities to explore and learn, as well as space for private parties and special events such as Nights Under Lights, where the EECO lights up the night sky as guests look on. And yes, occasionally, there is still music played underneath it. So here is the stage, set up in Pittsburgh in Heinz Field in 2011, and here it is in 2024 in Salt Lake City. Still so cool, still so cool. As for the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium itself, it was first founded in 1997. It features lots of creatures, some sea-dwelling, many not, including jellyfish, moray eels, octopus, seahorses, sea turtles, wolf eels, clownfish, lionfish, stingrays, and even penguins. It features lots of creatures, sea-dwelling, yes, and the penguins, not just seeing them on the surface, you can actually see them swimming underwater. Yes, I love penguins, and I sat for a while and just watched them. Fascinating creatures. Oh, they also have 9 species of sharks. It was awesome watching them swim around as well. There are many different places you can pose for a photo opportunity at the aquarium as well. The staff is great and very helpful, and back outside to the reason I visited the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium, and yes, you must pay admission to see this stage. I love that it now has a permanent home at the aquarium. Big stages like this are usually torn apart after the tours are done, and they're reused for other stages, put in storage, or never seen again, except in tour videos and in pictures. But thanks to the dreams and work of one man, the founder and CEO of Salt Lake City's Loveland Living Planet Aquarium, Brent Anderson, this stage lives on. And in a lot of ways, the current use of the stage is even better than the real thing. It's now used to teach and inspire children to love science and fish and animals. And that is not bad. Coming up on the next episode of Traveling with Dan, I'll take you to a filming location used for Steven Spielberg's 1977 sci-fi classic Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Devil's Tower National Monument was the first United States national monument, established in 1906 by President Theodore Roosevelt, and it is also not bad.
Traveling with Dan is presented by South Country Co-op.